Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Funny MMA. Today I'm going to be giving my predictions on the upcoming fight night between Shogun Rua and Anthony Smith. Shogun versus Smith. Okay, there's two really good fights on this card, so I'm going to do my prediction for both of those. Glover Teixeira versus Corey Anderson. So Glover Teixeira is pretty much the best light heavyweight that never won a belt, in my opinion. He's only ever lost to John Jones, Alexander Gustafsson, and Rumble Johnson. He also lost to Phil Davis, but that was a bullshit fight. Davis really just held him down, and that was years ago, so it's not really relevant right now. But anyways, my point is that Glover Teixeira only loses to number ones or champions. Everybody else he beats. So I feel like Corey Anderson is going to be no exception to that. Corey Anderson's a good fighter. He's got good grappling. He's very athletic. But he doesn't have the best fight IQ. He seems to get hit with stuff he doesn't need to. He's really well-rounded. He's actually one of the top fighters at 205, but for some reason, fighters always manage to find a way to land on him. Ovin St. Preux, Manama, both those guys finished him by knockout. Glover Teixeira hits very hard. He's got great striking. He's got great boxing, great clinch work. You're not taking him down. Glover's plan to win this fight is basically to just land clean on him. He's a very high-pressure fighter. He's very good at blocking punches. He's super tough. Corey Anderson kind of backs away from power strikers, and power strikers are his weakness. Glover's not the fastest guy, but he's very technical, and unless you're Alexander Gustafsson, you're probably not going to outstrike him. I think Glover Teixeira is going to win by knockout. Another thing to consider is Corey Anderson's actually taking this fight on short notice. It was originally supposed to be Ilir Latifi, so Glover Teixeira is a very dangerous fight to take on short notice. If Corey Anderson wins, I'll be very surprised. Okay, now we got Shogun Rua versus Anthony Smith. This is another one of those fights where there was a last-minute replacement. Anthony Smith stepped in over Volkan Ozdemir, and you know what? They're both pretty exciting strikers, Volkan and Anthony Smith, so it actually wasn't a bad replacement. So I'm pretty happy with it. Anyways, Shogun Rua, obviously an absolute legend of the sport. He's past his prime. He's a lot slower than he was. He lost a lot of big fights a couple years ago, but he's actually put together a win streak at light heavyweight, which is very surprising because the amount of knee surgeries he's had, most people thought he was done, right? So Anthony Smith, this guy's a beastly striker. He's very powerful, very fast. He's actually moving up a weight class to take this fight. Usually he fights at 185. He's big. He's actually bigger than Shogun. He has a bigger reach. I wouldn't say he's a better striker, but he's a lot more younger and fresher, and he improves a lot between fights. Shogun's probably not going to be doing anything new. He's not necessarily making improvements. He has a style. He sticks to it. He's going to wing forward. He's going to be throwing large looping hooks and devastating leg kicks. He hits a lot harder. Shogun has the power advantage. He has, I'd say, an equal arsenal of strikes in this fight. I mean, both these guys prefer to stay on the feet. Both these guys like to strike. I'd say Shogun Rua can take a punch better than anybody at 205 pounds still, even though he's lost brutally a couple times. I think that he's going to come in here and be pressing the action against Anthony Smith. The thing is, though, I think Anthony Smith is going to be stronger in the clinch. The way he handled Rashad Evans, even though Rashad was at 185 pounds, was really scary. Like, he has a big strength advantage. He's a really big guy. So I think what he's going to try and do is push Shogun against the cage, wear him out a little bit, get him to slow down, and then start striking with him. Shogun keys to win. Basically do what he always does. Basically walk him down in his Muay Thai stance and just try to brawl with him. He's a brawl-style fighter. Anthony Smith is going to be trying to use his reach advantage. He's going to be trying to keep Shogun away, outpoint him with strikes, and try and use his reach to land ones against the cage. For example, his knees, his elbows. He's going to try and tie up Shogun and land knees against the cage for sure. Anthony Smith also fought very recently, so one could say that he's kind of peaked in his training camp for cardio. So taking this fight this short notice, it could be a bad thing. But his fight was only a minute long. He didn't take any strikes or damage. And this might have actually given him more time to prepare for Shogun, even though he's taking the fight on short notice. So this fight's really interesting. I feel like Anthony Smith definitely has the youth and the cardio advantage. So if this goes past the third round, I could see Anthony Smith starting to take over the fight just because naturally he's going to have much more cardio. Shogun still has the power advantage. He's the veteran. I think he's going to come in there and be able to land on Anthony Smith, put him away. So I think Shogun by a KO in the second or third round. Let me know what you guys think. Post your predictions below, and we'll see what happens on fight night. Peace out.